Good evening. So today we will see basically API authentication. So as of now, till today we haven't used the authentication. We have used only the free REST APIs. Whenever we hit that API or URL in the browser, we are getting the data. But now from now onwards, we need API key uh, to hit uh, uh, their API. I meant to say whatever. For example, we are taking Open Weather API. Open Weather API is the weather conditions we can get for any city in the world, or depending on latitude, longitude, or you can give the city name directly as well. And it has multiple options like even 5 days forecast we can get directly from this API. We need to pass the parameters accordingly. So but why authentication is needed? And this is actually uh, not a free tier API. Uh, we can use it for free tier for only this many hits. Maybe I think only for per day we can hit only 60 times. But if it is greater than 60 times, it will be charged. So before going to so why authentication is needed? Because of different things. For example, as I said now, if it is greater than uh, we have registered for free tier, but it is going above the many hits. So if it is using for any other purposes, so we are using their service freely, but and we are actually deploying any app, and we our app is using by other users, but in the back end we are using their service. Is so if our app is successful, this API hits will be very more, but we are not paying them any money, right? If we are in the free tier, so at that to eliminate that kind of risk and to check the what are the usage we are doing, uh, and to how many hits this API we are being used. So to track all that, to identify who is using that, the API key is needed, the authentication is needed. So because anyone can use anything, right? If there is no authentication for some specific sensitive data, or they have because this Open Weather API I, here they actually register with the different weather stations. For example, in India we have one weather station. Uh, I think at Dehradun. I'm not exactly sure, but it is like they will be doing getting the data from the satellite, so they need to pay some amount to the satellite service, and then they will do the data science like data analysis processing, geo-analysis processing with the help of all the data they are acquiring from the satellite images. So they will be paying some kind of amount to the uh, weather stations. So I think Open Weather API is paying nearly to 40 weather stations across the world. So so if you carefully observe, so it is not only that limitation, we have security and then resource management. So as I said, if we have free tiers exceeding, so they need to know, right, who is using that, and they will know where to whom they will be charging the amount. So even they can be because if it is again without authentication, we can use for different malicious attacks like bots, cyber security attacks. That also uh, with using API keys, because if you are using the API keys at a time like parallel processing kind of stuff, they will raise an instant accordingly, because to the backend to the API management service, like for example in this case Open Weather API, because there might be cybersecurity attack by using our API keys, and we will be notified someone is using multiple times apart from that. So it is again, if you resource management, it is something like concept where in the cloud, whatever we use, we need to pay to that only. Similar kind of stuff like resource management. So for example, in cloud, if you use the server for some time, we will be paying only for that usage. So yeah. So for billing purpose, even maximum AWS, whatever the cloud we take, again they have their own APIs which will be using for their billing and different APIs for analytics, different things. Now let's go to this is all about API authentication, why it is necessary, and then let's go to Open Weather API. Open Weather API, as I said, it is actually we can get weather data not only limited to the current data, but we can actually get the forecast data uh, for 10 days, maybe 50 days, and also like not 50 days, so I think 10 days max. Uh, so there are multiple things I meant to say. We have to open. Mm. Just I am opening here because. So generally, when we open this, it will actually ask to register. So as of now, I already registered. Uh, so it is like directly generally username, email ID, and password. It is like a form we need to fill. Then it will automatically generate our one first API key for us because it's thing. So now you can go to my API keys from this as well. So just I have renamed it as Python demo, and so we can generate as many keys we needed depending on different. So if we go to billing plans, so as of now we are having only free limit like 1,000 calls per day. So there will be different free plan like so only 60 calls per minute. So it is default. But if you want this, we need to have for 60 100 calls different enterprise cost developer plan, professional plan. Uh, so as of now we are just interested in our free tier only. So we will be taking only free tier. So now it's actually having multiple guides. So as of now I have given two links. Uh, so if you want to get the current data, so of any using latitude longitude, as of now we have already used like how to get sunrise using sunrise sunset API, but there we are not have used any API key, but here we need to pass this parameter as well. So the API key is the key whatever we registered on this website and we got it. So now this is how to call the weather data. So similarly we can pass like for London, I meant to say for any city also we can pass. For example, we are taking London by default. Uh, so we already see we will be using request module to hit any API. So now what I am doing, just I am storing my API key in a API key variable. So just I copied again from this one, like just copying, and your city is like London. So this is the API endpoint up to here, up to weather, that's the API endpoint. And here we are building Q is the city name. So this is the parameter where Q and app ID is like the API key we need to pass. We are actually building the URL using fstring, and then we are just hitting that using request.get method using URL. So it is straightforward. Just we are building URL using API key and city name. We are just replacing because using fstring, so it will be replaced to the city name because we are giving clever brackets this will be replaced with London, and then so even if you just I mean to say, even if you build the URL normally, and if you hit in the browser also, you will get the same data. uh, so just so here we are getting coordination, latitude, what is the longitude, latitude coordinates, and different. So yeah, name is London. So but it is not actual JSON format. I want to say in the JSON viewer, to view that actually we have this online tool. So when just we are getting that whatever we hit when when the API gives the result, we are just keeping the text, and we are actually, if we click on the viewer, it actually converts to a very nice JSON viewer format. So in the coordinate dictionary we have latitude, longitude, and in the weather, inside weather we have different what is the description. So as of now it is like overcast clouds. So in the main, temperature feels like temperature, pressure, humidity, what is the wind, clouds, what is the time zone, name is the London, what are we given as of now, that one. So this is how we're building it, but uh, internally it just build this URL whatever we have build manually, just then it will pass that URL, hit the URL in the backend, and then this is like status code. Whenever it is success, it will return 200, and then we are actually storing it in JSON form, and we are actually accessing only a temperature. So from where we can get the temperature is like when we go to this. So from main temp, so from main, inside main we are getting, and what is the description we need to get, from where we need to get the description. So here inside weather, and then inside so there is 0. So the key I meant to say, weather, inside weather there is another dictionary you can say, which is called as zero dictionary, and then inside there is key value pairs. So I want the description, so I'm just calling that description key, and I'm getting or clouds, forecast clouds. So else if we are raising whatever the status code is returning, just we are printing the status code. So let me just comment this out. So so the current temperature in London, because our API is working perfectly fine, it's like 280.285.4 for this thing, not centigrade. We need to change it to Fahrenheit. Mhm. So because just we are giving in the print statement, just we are representing it as Celsius or Fahrenheit. So the city name, again we are getting it from here. Uh, the same thing now here we are using the city name. Now here I am using I am defining latitude longitude of Pune city, from where I can get that latitude longitude info. It's like this is the website. So when I click on Pune name and click on find, I am getting the uh, latitude and longitude info. Just I have taken this and copy pasted here. And here, so if you carefully observe, as of now, we are not building, we are actually passing the parameters. As last in the last demo also, we are have the trivia API where we get and different type of questions from their trivia database API. So the similar kind of usage we are giving. So this is actually more convenient because sometimes we might miss this and special characters. If you might miss special characters, it might lead to an error, a 404 error. So instead of that, we are using the endpoint API endpoint URL, and then we are passing the parameters. So parameters is nothing but latitude, longitude, and app ID. The similar kind of stuff here equal to LAT is equal to this one. So if I go back here, latitude and longitude equal to longitude and app ID equal to key. So yeah, after question mark. So both are similar kind of stuff, but we are just passing it via parameters. The all the parameters instead of we building URL, just we are passing it to parameters. So this get method will take care internally, and it will build the URL for us internally. So then the same thing again we are now again if I'm just giving main dot whether I'm getting the I want temperature and what is the description as of now. I'm just printing the weather data, the JSON data, the total JSON data here. Now if I run again, so the current temperature near a whose latitude just I have printing like that is 295 98 degrees. So it is like broken clouds. So depending on our city you are residing, you can just pass city name also, and or otherwise latitude longitude is the best option. Now if I just want to see, yeah, so weather, it's broken clouds. The temperature is 295 Fahrenheit. Here Pune Satara is like you can say the not district, not exactly district. It's like the Pune and everything come under Satara province, you can say. So that's what it is saying Satara. So instead of giving directly uh, the city name, better if we are in India or any other states, we might not know what exactly the city name would be or the province. Better we get the latitude, longitude, and then use the similar kind of stuff. So if you want get 5 days forecast for every 3 hours, so we can use the same thing. So here, when we change this weather forecast, our results will change. It can be of multiple JSON dictionaries. So the so if I just build that URL using, just I'm building using this latitude longitude. Just one sec. Okay, where is that? So if we have got multiple output, but it is very long data. We can't actually. Okay, the URL also. Just I'm trying to convert the total data into JSON viewer. Yeah. Sure, it's not converting. Somehow it's not working. What? Okay. So generally, when we copy paste it, it will have multiple. As I said, it will be multiple things, but it is not converting as of now. Uh, I need to check somewhere it is. Anyways, let, let's the thing like something like here we will get like the date, the temperature, and this we need to convert it again, like to further, because it's not straightforward. So that's why they have given, for example, in if at the time of this documentation preparation, so if 20, 22, 38, so and every 30 minutes, I think, or 3 hours, every 3 hours, we will get the data. So these are the response fields. So if you want to go into deep, these are the main uh, things. So similarly, we will be using tomorrow Twilio API to send SMS, and using this API, we will be building an program which will actually for every morning. It's like we will be checking the weather forecast whether it will rain or not, and we will get an SMS using the Twilio API and this open weather forecast API. But today, this is the main thing. So how we do the authentication using by creating API keys and using. I think that's it for today.